Morning folks, Lester here, and I want to thank you for joining me on what's going to be a very big day for us here at the JL Ranch North. Guys, today what we have to do is move all of our Longhorn off of the larger 25-acre pasture and try to get them to follow me up into our 10-acre bullpen pasture up front. Now, the reason that we're doing that is because we're going to have calves start dropping pretty soon. I think that we're scheduled for our first calf to drop in the next week or so, and they're going to be dropping calves throughout the entire month and all through next month, maybe even into October. What you have to remember is that once your cow has a calf, it can come back into heat between a couple of weeks to a month later. Guys, do you all hear a cat? Look, there's a cat. It's that black cat. Okay, so my plan for today is going to be a little bit complicated in the fact that I have to have everything fall into place. First thing that I have to do though is take my truck over, grab that trailer and pull it out of there. It's been pretty wet, but I do think I can get my truck in there easy enough today. We've had 3 days of really nice sunshine and warm temps. So I do believe I can drive my truck through there with no problem without risk of getting it stuck or sliding around a whole lot. Grab the big trailer, pull it out, park it over here beside the red barn. At that point, I will take my big tractor here, the big John Deere, move it in front of the driveway so that no cows can accidentally take off down the driveway and risk possibly going out onto the highway. Lastly, I will come by and grab this feed buggy using my white truck. I will use it to hopefully lure the cows up and around. They've not had feed buggy in a couple of days, and I do believe if I circle the feed buggy out and about, they're going to come a-running. If I can get them to get that little bit of a food frenzy and come to follow me, I'll bring them right through this gate, taking that feed buggy right on up into the smaller pasture up front. Once we get them inside there, I will close them all in. I will drop off this feed buggy and go ahead and have the cows for a couple of days up front together. In saying so, there'll be no reason, I don't suspect, that the bulls will be trying to find themselves out of that pasture if in fact I have all the females up with them together. Okay? That's going to be the 3-step plan. Now, once we get the cows moved up, we'll talk a whole lot more about our plans from here on out. But let me show you what I got up here in the front, just so you kind of have an idea of where the cows are going to be going for the next several days. Let's walk into the barn from the back side. Guys, I'm going to leave all of my gates open. They've all been chained open, so as at the beginning, none of our cows feel like they're going to be enclosed if they do in fact come in here. We want our cows to get comfortable with coming inside this new barn. I do believe we're going to call this place, you ready for this? This was not my idea. It was coming from a really sweet older lady who says, please call it the Nut Hut. Okay? The Nut Hut. Guys, if you don't like it, then take it up with her. But I think the name is cute. This is going to be called our Nut Hut, okay? It is what it is, y'all. She's an older lady. Just give her some space, okay? Give her some slack. But we want to leave all of our big bull gates open. I have them all chained open so they can't close accidentally. And we want our cows to be able to come in and move about freely. They'll discover that they have hay. They'll discover a second feed buggy. They also have the option to use their bovine rub if they choose to. I make them have to douse that down again. I have the stuff to douse it down with. There's also 2 water troughs here in the back that I'll keep filled up. So what we want to do is have our cows understand that by coming in here, especially our bulls, that this is a safe place. It's a place to get out of the weather. They got wonderful shade. They also have a couple of big trees. Here's a big oak over here. There's another big oak down the lane. And there's also a miniature pond. But we're just not going to talk about that right now, okay? There's 10 acres of delicious green grass that's been mowed, I would say, a month ago. and it's at the peak of ripeness right now. So we are looking really, really good in this pasture. We can run our cows up here, and even though we have, what, 24 total cows right now, guys, there's plenty to eat for them for a couple of days. Okay, so once all of our cows come up and get adjusted, we get them all closed in, they begin to realize that there's feed buggies. There'll be 2 of them. There's hay, there's water, there's shelter, there's the permethrin rub, the big cattle sock, the bovine rub. They're going to be in a really good place. They're not going to be having any reason to want to leave out of here. And so we will leave them for a couple of days. In a couple of days, I would say probably by Saturday, maybe Sunday, I will come back out. I'll take my truck, or I'll bring my truck. I will hook back onto the larger of the feed buggies, and I'll drive it out of here. What I will hopefully do before that is find a way to capture at least my 2 big bulls, our herd bulls, inside the nut hut. If I can get Tex and Waylon inside the nut hut, I'll feel a whole lot better about opening up this gate and calling the females back out with me. Once that is done, I will leave Waylon and Tex in the nut hut together for a couple of days and have them kind of get to know who's who and what's what, help them settle down and begin to realize what life is going to look like without having the ladies. All right, but we have a multiple step process to take care of. First things first, let's get my truck, get a couple of things moved around, and get everything into position. I want you to watch how this new tailgate makes my life so darn easy. Not tailgate, the new back end. You know what I'm trying to say. It makes my life so much easier. Now, I wish I could zoom. It doesn't give me a zoom option, but it does give me that angle right there, that camera view. All right, now we're going to hook on to our feed buggy trailer, which has a different type of attachment. Just as easy, actually very easy with the backup cameras. So here's where we want to look at. I know it's in a little bit of a shadow, maybe hard for you all to see, but I should be able to back right up to it and never have to get out of the truck until I'm ready to put the pin to it. Here we go. We want to line those holes up perfectly. Look at that, friends. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You want to see how it looks from the outside? If I did it right. If I did it right. Look, guys. Hello. Hello there. Hello there, everybody. Hi to hellos. All right, guys. We're moving along. Everything's falling into place just perfectly. Next step is to park the big tractor. We're going to take the John Deere and set it in front of that driveway entrance. So just in case the cows walk over that direction, they're not going to be able to go down the driveway and get into any trouble. I hate driving across my grass, but sometimes, guys, you have to do what you have to do. And so let me down gear a little bit. I'm trying to work with one hand. You guys do know, I hope you always understand that when you see a video that most of us make when we're actually on site, we don't carry around microphones and fancy cameras that sit on tripods and all that stuff. Most of us have to do what we do with one hand, videoing with the other. That means that we're actually watching life through the lens of your phone. And you can always tell the creators who watch what they're doing with one eye, and their phone just kind of dangles there in front of them. They can always lose focus, don't have things centered, and all kinds of other stuff. But we try to do it all with one hand. So hope you, or at least thank you for those who appreciate and understand that. All right, so I'll take my tractor and drive it right along through here, park it across the driveway so as none of the cows come down through here. And if they do, they're not going to be able to fit. Oh, boy. Guys, holy moly. You don't even just want to know what I did. You don't want to know what Lester just did. Gosh darn it. I wasn't paying attention. I'm watching life through the lens of a 3x5 phone. And if I didn't run right up and hit my wire and break that top strand of barbed wire. Holy moly, Lester Eugene Morrow Jr. Okay, cows will not come down through here. They would never put themselves into that kind of a small chute situation, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, you guys ready? Guys, it's time. The time has come to go out and call some cows. All right, what we're gonna do is try to call our cows first. Everyone knows that there's 2 cattle calls, one for the collective group and one for an individual cow. The collective group call is easy, and I want you all to, at some point, try this on your own. I'm gonna open the gate inward towards me so as not to block or push off any cows coming down the fence line. Okay, let's see if our cattle call can work to have our cows coming this direction. But remember, we want them to get worked up to a frenzy over their feed. So at some point, I will get that feed buggy, back it up in here, make a couple of circles. I'm gonna stand under this tree in the shade. It's damn near 100 degrees this morning. I'm doing this all on Thursday morning, my time. It's about 10:30 in the morning. I know that because the boys wanted McDonald's and I said, sorry, they're closed. Breakfast is served already. Okay, so here are the cows. They stretch from right there in that tree line all the way down. As I scroll across, you'll see clusters of cows here and there. And this is very commonplace for this time of day. It starts warming up and they go to the shade. I'm going to keep scrolling. I'm just scanning the horizon and you can see cows for as far as the eye can see. Here comes the fun part. You ready? Everybody hold your ears. If you are sensitive to loud noises, just hold your ears. Oh, I missed this the first time I scanned through. Look, there's Tex right there in the shade. And he's the one that we need to come running. Here we go. Ready? Think about it a little bit. Gosh darn it, no one's coming. Well, some are coming. Some are coming my way. Not a lot, but some. That's the one we need right there. If we can get that big guy to moving, and here comes the big guy, that's the first step in making all of this work. Because where he leadeth, I will follow. Where he leadeth, I will follow. Where he leadeth, I will follow. I'll go with him all the way. Sorry guys, that was an old Baptist hymn that I've not heard in years. You're lucky I don't grab my kazoo, okay? Just be lucky I don't grab the kazoo when I start doing that, okay? Now, the one that I don't see is Waylon, and we really do need Waylon to join us on this venture. It is very important that we have Waylon here with us as well. But I don't see Waylon. Gosh darn it. We're not concerned with Chucky Poo. And if there's any females who don't come, that's all right too. But what we need are our bulls. It's important that we get at least Tex and our young bulls over. And Waylon and Tex, because we cannot leave Waylon back here with any ladies. Come on, guys. Woo! Okay, so let's go ahead and start walking this way. I'm not concerned with anyone trying to fight me. These are not fighting cows. These are very gentle Longhorn who love their daddy, but more than their daddy, they love themselves, their grain buggies. All right? And they know that Dad would not call them I don't cry wolf, guys. Daddy does not cry wolf. Look what I got over here. Some delicious feed buggy grains and a wonderful new setup that I want to show you all. Where the heck is Waylon? Guys, where the heck is Waylon? Come on. Okay, now they don't know what's going on. Now they don't see what I'm doing. I'm going to jump in my feed buggy, go ahead and get that frenzy thing I was telling you about. Time to get that frenzy going. There's Chucky Poo. All right, cows are starting to gather around. Now we're going to start driving them on up, okay? Now we start pulling them on forward. Here we go. Not to worry, guys. We got this. Here they come. Here they come, friends. Not to worry. We got cows on both sides of us following it right on up. There's Pearl and her calf, Amber Rose. Here comes our two Schumacher cows, Dolly and Reba. There comes Santiana. We need our bulls. We need bulls up here. There's Chucky Poo. He doesn't really count, but that's fine. Let me get on up over here and drop off this buggy so I can get my truck out of the way, okay? Before I'm surrounded by just these ferocious Longhorn. Here they all come, guys. Here they all come. They know what they're doing. Now they got a run going. Now they're running. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. You guys just hold on a little bit. Don't worry, they'll come. They'll make their way over here, guys. Just relax. Okay, we're gonna drop this feed buggy right here. You guys come on. Don't leave me alone. Do not leave me alone here. I gotta hurry. Chuck's coming. Truck is coming. Gosh darn it. Move away from my truck. Come out of there. Gosh darn it. Holy moly's. I have to, oh golly gee, I gotta back up a little bit. Get off my truck, everybody. Get off my truck, everybody. Hey, get back on. Get back, bull. Get on back out of here. Okay, guys, our truck has been disattached. We can pull our truck out of here now. All right, before anyone does anything to damage me. I see Texas here. Let's circle around. Boy, we need Waylon up here, though. We need Waylon up here. Here's Waylon over here. All right, now we're gonna jump on my side by side and go ahead and get the other cows moved up. And we're looking pretty good here, guys. We're looking pretty good. Now they're gonna discover both feed buggies. We got cows inside the barn. Everyone's looking good. Let's get Waylon over there, okay? We'll jump on this side by side for this. Thank y'all for joining me for these types of moments, adventures. Working with Longhorn are a lot of fun. I love this. My heart is happy. It's true, my heart is so happy right now. I think that the plan is working perfectly. I love the fact that so many cows have gone into the barn area, and I want them to have a chance to experiment. I don't want to run Waylon if I don't have to. I'm not going to run him if I don't have to. We don't want to run him. And remember, any female who does not go is completely fine. If Jezebel decides not to go, then she doesn't have to. This is an optional kind of thing. Just excuse the helmet there in the distance. That's where Lex and I are having our football camp in the afternoons. Getting my son into football shape. Once Waylon goes in, we will go and close that gate. Waylon is now going in. Let's go ahead and walk on up. Let's just walk up and close that gate. I'll take me a spanky stick just in case I need one. This here is a just in case scenario spanky stick. Boy, I would like all the cows to go up, but you know what? If they don't, they don't. Trinity is in. However, her little sister Serenity has stayed out, and her mom has stayed out, and that's fine. Like I said, anyone who doesn't want to come up doesn't have to. Now, we're going to leave this like it is for a couple of days. All right, the bulls are going to do what bulls do. These are our herd bulls here. And that's fine. We're not concerned about the herd bulls. Are you going to come in or stay with your mom? Your herd bulls are going to always clack horns. And then some days they'll win and some days they'll lose, and they just kind of play it by day. But the main thing is, before the big day comes of our cow starting to calve, we will have to try to get... All right, come on, sweetie. She wants in there so bad. I want her to go in. I don't want to make her stay out. It's her mom who's being a little bit apprehensive. Come on, sweetie. Go in with your friends. Come on, Mom, don't be the only one. Let me see if I can push Mom in here. Mom may follow. If her daughter's in, Mom may come too, even though her daughter no longer nurses. Tex is going by doing a count to make sure everybody's here and accounted for. And so we're looking real good. The only cow who did not come up is Jezebel, and she's over there hiding behind that tree. She's a very shy cow. She's always been kind of that way. So we have to be aware of her not wanting to come up. I'm gonna walk over and see what's going on inside the actual barn. Tex is having him a peek about, trying to figure out what's what. Waylon and Chucky Poo are playing with the roll of hay. Most cows are just happy to be back with a feed buggy. Tex is seeing if he can figure out any way to break free if he has to. Waylon's gonna check out the watering system, make sure he's okay with the water system. That is fresh and tasty H2O, Waylon. Chucky Poo is thinking, oh, the bovine sock. Just what I've been needing to get rid of these pesky flies. All right, guys, Waylon's having him a drink of water. Everything's looking pretty good. There's Trinity wondering where Mom's at. Mom has moved up as far as the side-by-side, but she's not coming any further. Come on, sweetie. All right, so now let me teach you how to call a cow on an individual basis. You have to make eye contact, okay? When you make eye contact with the cow, you call them, suck, 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 suck. Come on, sweetie. Guys, my phone's about to overheat. I can see that my phone's getting hot. It has just alerted me that it's about to overheat. Hey, sweetie, sook. You want to come inside or you gonna stay out? I cannot get anyone else to walk out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them all inside together. Try and keep a closer eye on everybody. I don't want any cow off by herself, completely alone. So there we go. Let me close my gate and we'll be good to go, friends. Okay, friends, there you have it. I want to thank you guys for watching this video with me. Thank you for being a part of everything. You always hear it from us, and it's true. It's always funner and gooder when you do things with those that you love and care about. And we absolutely love and care about you guys. Our plan worked perfectly. Let's say our prayers that all of the new barn area holds up, all of our welds hold strong. I can get in there and fill up those 2 water troughs twice a day. And now that we have so many cows in with no natural water source, I might go ahead and bring a few more water troughs up and just stack them across the way there. It looks like Waylon and Chucky Poo have no problems going inside whatsoever. I don't know for a fact if Tex has been inside the barn yet, but he will make his way in. I can promise you that at some point he will make his way in. And like I said, you guys give me a couple of days here and let everything kind of settle. Let all of the bulls and the cows kind of get familiar with what's what and who's who. And then I will start bringing cows out. Especially those who I know need to come out, like Ruby, because she'll be the next up to come back into heat since her little situation here last week. So we have some time with her, but not a lot. All right, friends. Well, thank you guys for watching. We love you, blessed to have you, and we will catch you guys on the next video.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.